Emily's heels echoed against the hallway, sharp and precise, bouncing off the walls that had once felt like home. The sunlight slanted through the kitchen window, falling across stacks of unpaid bills and a half-empty coffee mug. The air smelled faintly of her mother's perfume and polished wood, a scent that once meant comfort, now carried tension. "Emily, honey, are you coming down?" her mother called from upstairs, the voice unusually light, masking an undercurrent of worry. Emily paused, her fingers brushing the doorknob. That voice wasn't normal. It never was when something heavy loomed. She stepped into the kitchen. Her father slouched in his chair, holding a mug like it might keep him anchored. His face looked frail, the roughness of years in construction replaced by exhaustion etched in every line. Emily froze. "Dad, what's wrong?" she asked softly, her voice trembling despite herself. "I went to the doctor," he said, voice low. "My heart, it's not doing well. I can't do the work I used to." The words hit Emily like a sledgehammer. The man who had always been unbreakable now seemed almost human, fragile and scared. Her mother knelt beside him, fingers brushing his hands. "We're worried about the mortgage," she whispered. Emily felt her stomach twist. Every responsibility, every unpaid bill, every looming expense was about to land squarely on her shoulders. Then Jessica burst down the stairs, earbuds in, completely oblivious. "Hey, Em," she chirped, a carefree grin lighting her face. Emily forced a polite smile. "Hey, Jess," she muttered, her voice tight. The contrast was staggering, one sister weighed down by life, the other untouched. Her mother leaned in, eyes pleading. "Emily, we need your help. Could you stay for a while? Just until we get back on our feet." Emily's throat tightened. She had plans: freedom, a career, a life beyond these walls. And yet, she nodded. It wasn't a choice. Family came first. That night, in her old bedroom, Emily stared at the ceiling. The walls that had once felt like a refuge now felt like a cage. Outside, the city gleamed with possibilities she couldn't yet touch. She whispered into the quiet, "I'll help, but I won't let this break me." The first paycheck felt like a lie. Emily had spent 40 hours a week at a modest accounting firm, thinking she might finally start building a life. But as soon as she walked through the door, her father's voice hit her like a whip. "Mortgages due tomorrow." And the electric bill came in. Her dreams evaporated. Every cent went to groceries, bills, and her sister's needs. Jessica's college tuition, dorm, meal plan, new clothes, it all came from Emily's sweat and sacrifice. Social media tormented her, friends traveling, buying apartments, dating, living. Meanwhile, Emily lived like a ghost in her own home, a perpetual ATM. Jessica, oblivious, flaunted her life. New sneakers, designer jackets, flashy tech, Emily paid for it all. Questions were met with defensiveness, anger, tears. Every confrontation drained her further, leaving her aching, frustrated, and unheard. The parents' subtle manipulations made Emily question herself. "Family helps family," her mother said. "Jessica's just trying to fit in," her father added. Every excuse, every rationalization, wrapped around Emily's heart, tightening until it ached. One evening, her coworker invited her for a weekend trip, a small getaway. Emily dared to dream of 2 days of freedom. But when she mentioned it at dinner, her mother's soft smile held a knife behind it. $200 could go toward something useful, Emily. Jessica needs new textbooks. The water heater is acting up. Her chest tightened. Every sacrifice, every effort, every hour of labor was invisible. Her life had become a ledger of payments and obligations, her dreams postponed indefinitely. She stayed silent, swallowing the bitter resentment that brewed inside her. 2 years blurred into obligations. Bills, tuition, groceries, Emily's life was a loop of sacrifice, routine, and silent rage. Social media became a haunting reminder. Her peers thrived, she survived. And Jessica thrived with her money, every indulgence a testament to Emily's invisibility. Yet, Emily endured. She smiled, helped her family, played the part. But inside, a storm was gathering. Each ignored wish, each silent denial, planted seeds of determination. One day, she vowed she would take control, not for vengeance, but for herself. It was a quiet evening, the kind where secrets grow louder in the shadows. Emily headed to the kitchen for water when whispers stopped her in her tracks. "I can't wait until Emily finally moves out," Jessica said, her voice playful but cruel. Emily froze, pulse racing. "The day she leaves, I'm turning her room into my walk-in closet," her sister added, almost laughing. Her mother chuckled softly. "We can't kick her out yet. $80,000 left on the mortgage." Emily's hands clenched. The truth hit harder than any bill could. Every sacrifice, every payment, every bit of loyalty used. Exploited. Planned to be discarded. She backed silently, heart pounding, mind racing. The family she had loved, worked for, and defended had been plotting her replacement all along. Her body ached, but her resolve sharpened. Over the next 2 days, Emily performed the perfect act. She smiled, helped her mother prep for her birthday, even exchanged polite words with Jessica. But behind the facade, a fire grew. She packed her suitcases in secret, deposit down on a small apartment, ready to reclaim her life. Every touch, every interaction during the preparations for the party was charged with tension, cinematic in its intensity. Guests would come, and everyone would see the truth. The mask would fall, and Emily would finally have power over her own story. The birthday party was a swirl of laughter, clinking glasses, and the scent of roasted chicken. Relatives filled the house, oblivious to the undercurrent of betrayal. Emily moved with practiced grace, smiling, offering small talk, hiding the storm brewing inside. Finally, the gift exchange came. Emily handed her mother a pristine envelope. Mom opened it carefully, expecting something sweet. Instead, the envelope was empty. Confusion flashed across her face. "Where's the gift?" Emily smiled softly. "That's exactly what you, Dad, and Jessica deserve." "Nothing." Gasps rippled through the room. Shock, disbelief, and realization flooded her parents' faces. Emily recounted the overheard conversation, the exploitation, the years of unpaid sacrifices. The room was silent, as if the walls themselves held their breath. Jessica turned pale, her guilt unmasked. Emily's voice was steady, commanding, "I've supported this family for 4 years. I've paid for everything. No more. You can figure out your lives without me." Her words landed like cinematic punches. Faces flushed, guests whispered, and for the first time, Emily felt the weight lift from her shoulders. The confrontation reached its peak. Aunt Carol and other relatives realized Emily had been the family provider, not the one in need. Shock spread like wildfire. Parents stumbled for excuses, but no words could undo the truth. Emily walked calmly to her packed suitcases, each step echoing authority and self-respect. "Goodbye," she said, and every eye followed her, witnessing the rise of someone finally reclaiming her narrative. Outside, she loaded her car. The air smelled like freedom. Her phone buzzed incessantly, calls, texts, pleading, but she ignored them all. For the first time, Emily felt the exhilarating, terrifying weight of independence. Each mile she drove away, the past shrank behind her, replaced by a horizon filled with possibility. Her anger and hurt were still there, but tempered by the clarity of self-liberation. She had been the heroine of her own story all along. The apartment was small, bare, yet intoxicatingly hers. Emily set down her keys, looking around like a queen surveying a kingdom reclaimed. For the first time in years, she could breathe without compromise. Social media updates rolled past, friends traveling, celebrating, thriving. But Emily didn't envy them. She had her own life to build, dreams to chase, money to save for herself, experiences to seize. Every dollar she earned now stayed in her hands. Every choice belonged to her. Weeks passed. Calls from her family went unanswered. Jessica struggled to cover tuition, working part-time, realizing for the first time the cost of privilege. Emily felt no guilt. She had chosen freedom over exploitation, self-respect over submission. Sitting on her small couch, a cup of coffee in hand, Emily smiled. The city outside hummed with life. endless and untamed. She was 26, independent, alive, and whole. The past would always exist, the sacrifices, the betrayal, the pain, but it was hers to remember, not hers to carry anymore. She was free, truly free, and nothing could take that away. The screen of life reset. Emily's story was hers to write, one choice at a time. And for the first time, the world felt like hers.